Hello, investors, and welcome to episode 3 of the Investing Blueprint.
Nothing that is said during this show should be construed as investment advice. Remember to conduct your own analysis and seek your own financial advisor before investing. This show is brought to you by Signature FX.
We're actually waiting for Andrew to arrive in the rules.
Rolls Royce?
No, guys, no Rolls Royce. Just been down to Marketplace, just get some bread rolls for after the show. So, guys, great to be here as always. Yeah, here we are, episode 3. I'm really looking forward to today's episode. We've got a very reputable Forex trader on, and I can't wait for the interview.
Yep, let's get over to it. PJ, you want to let them know about the interview that's coming up?
We have a seasoned trader. He's been around for a little while. He likes Forex stocks and he's dabbling in crypto as well. But, help us welcome Ryan Williams.
So first of all, I'm really excited, Ryan, to meet you. I'm probably more excited than Mandela and PJ. And yeah, so Ryan, first of all, I'm going to say thanks for everything you do in the Forex community on WhatsApp. Really, really appreciate it. I love your analysis. I love your trades. Love your signals. And I'm just so happy to finally meet you. So I know Mandela and PJ thinking like, what's going on? It's a bit of a bromance here. But guys, Ryan really, really supports the community when it comes to Forex. And when I post something, in fairness to Ryan, I love it that he can actually, if I say maybe we're going long or we're going short, Ryan can actually question that. He looks at some levels for me, and sometimes he can keep me grounded as well. I really enjoy his analysis. And then normally when I'm saying I'm going long on Bitcoin or gold or something, when Ryan says the same, just makes me so happy. So Ryan, welcome to the show. Really
Thank you guys very much for having me. Definitely.
And I think I'm going to start off with the questions, guys. I know Mandela and PJ probably think they've been hijacked here, but guys, I'm so excited.
Awesome. Likewise. And Andrew, before you even get started, definitely, my thoughts exactly the same. Pleasure to actually put a face to the name now. But my thoughts are exactly the same, man. I appreciate everything you bring to the table. Your knowledge is off the chain. And congratulations and good luck on, everything that you've been involved with lately, definitely wish you the best, right?
Yeah, no, we like say, Mandela and I, and we got our new recruit PJ on board. We've been trying for a few years, and it's been hard. Don't get me wrong. It hasn't all been sunshine and rainbows. It's been far from it. But I think the last 18 months, Mandela and I starting to hit a good sweet spot, with what we're doing. I think we've got a good clear vision of where we want to go regarding prop trading as well. In one of the previous videos, I did mention how much my savings I've traded and lost. I just hope.
I think we've all been in that boat. Definitely.
And ultimately now with the prop trading, we have a way to go. The four of us now, we definitely have a clear path. How we can be successful traders and how we can make a good income. But so Ryan, I got a couple of questions. So I'm definitely going to start it off. So how did you get interested in Forex trading? So that's the first one.
No, absolutely. And again, thank you guys for having me on the call. I'm very interested and eager to see what you guys are going to be doing with the Signature Forex channel and stuff. And again, I know PJ and Mandela, they are knowledgeable, man. And actually that brings me to my answer for that, because I remember when I was in university at York University studying economics and finance, I knew PJ and Mandela at that time were quite interested in, trading options. And I believe they were very successful with that endeavor. So I actually got interested whilst in university, believe it or not, studying economics and finance and wanting to get into the, say, investment banking industry. I wasn't successful in that because though I did participate in a few graduate development programs here in Bermuda, at the time, 2011 or so, the Great Depression or recession we had, with the mortgage-backed securities, if you wish, right? So unfortunately, they were the banks and investment firms. They were kind of firing people like me You know, they said, hey, you economic people and finance folks, you know, you caused this whole mess. So unfortunately, I couldn't necessarily get a job when I wanted it in the investment banking, you know, community. So I figured, hey, you know, if I can't get a job, I might as well save and do some investing myself. So actually in Canada, I happen to open up what they have is a tax-free savings account. So if you're a Canadian and you put funds into this account, you can basically invest tax-free because the logic behind it was that you got paid, taxes came out of your paycheck, and now you can invest tax-free. So whatever capital gains you made in that tax-free savings account were yours to keep. So yeah, I got interested back maybe 13, 14 years ago, right? And I think my first purchase was Citibank and TD Bank because one, the broker that would open up an account for me was TD. So I just bought Citi and TD, made a little bit of money off it, and actually I took a break for about 6 years, yeah, and then I got back into it, you know, after doing some reading and a few, you know, insightful conversations with some folks overseas. It really encouraged me to get back in investing. So I've only been, you know, really engaged over the last 8 years now.
So I'd say the 6-year break must have been a good trade then, yeah?
Yeah, actually it was, because if you think about it and you even look back on the charts, you know, from 2000, unless you were able to buy in on the big dip in 2009, you know, for the most part, the market stayed flat for, you know, 4 or 5 years, right? Before it really took off again, you know, in 2014, 15-ish, right? So I was able to get in at a good time as well. So I'm thankful that, you know, 80% of my portfolio is looking sharp, you know.
Again, better than most people make.
Yeah.
So quick, last question for me before I hand you over to Mandela and PJ is you, like I say, I do really like your trading style, really like your analysis when you post in the group. So how do you trade then? You trade in breakout, technical analysis, trade in moving averages, Fibonacci. I'm not asking you to give away the secret to success, but ultimately, you know, what is your, you know, what is your style? Or for me, it's quite simple. So I use a moving average, and then I look at breakouts of vertical support and resistance. That's what I do. It's quite. I think it's quite simple, and it works for me. But you know, everyone's got their own expertise. So I'm really interested in how you trade the Forex markets.
The Forex is actually a little different. You know, I for Forex, I look again for, you know, support, resistance, those sorts of things. Definitely a lot of macroeconomics, right? I studied economics, so for me, fundamental analysis is a big part of not only my you know, Forex currency exchange markets, but also when it comes to stocks, right? And I like to use a few different you know, technical analysis methods or strategies when I do trade in the Forex market. But you know, for that it's moving averages, right? For the most part. If I'm day trading, you know, if I'm doing more long term, it's macro. So one thing I'm trying to get in now, and I'm doing some research on actually, is I believe the euro pound.
Yeah.
Right now, I think it's setting up for a nice long term bullish run. You know,
I'm gonna pull that chart up as we talk. So yeah.
I think it's setting up pretty good. You know, it's consolidating a bit right now, but I think I'm not sure what it's at. Maybe 82 cents on the dollar, but I think it go up to maybe 88, 86. You know, in the next few weeks or so. So that's something I'm looking at. And again, when it comes to stocks, I'm more, you know, RSI, the MACDs, you know, short term. I like to use the exponential moving averages. Long term, I'm more on just the regular moving average. Volume is very important for me as well. You know, volume's important, man. You don't want to trade on like a low volume day, especially if you're just getting in and out. You're right. You want the volume to be there, you know, especially if it's a price running up, right?
No, agreed.
want to catch it days later. So I actually employ a few different strategies, right? Depending what is it, short term or long term, right? Long term, I'm all about fundamentals. However, I'm technical when I want to get into that buy position, right? So I want to be able to try and buy it at the best possible time. I'm not timing markets by any means, but I'm hoping for a little pullback to get in, on my long-term holdings. And then again, every time it does pull back a bit from a previous gain, I like to buy a little bit more, So I don't have one particular strategy, mate. And again, I think for all of us, it depends on, are we holding it for an hour? Because if I'm looking at my call, like a call option, and I'm holding it for an hour or two, I want volume. I want like a crossover on the MACD. I want something,
So I'm just looking at the euro pound now on a D1 chart, and just looking at the vertical support. It's just it's looking really nice for a buy, isn't it? Yeah. So
I'm thinking it might dip a little. It might dip a little. And again, because you have to be careful with Forex, man. And one thing I must say, I always put my stop losses a little lower than the average person, because I know, the big institutions, man, they're trying to catch the little guys out, right?
Yeah.
And if you have that confidence in your trade, if you've done that little bit of research, if you got confluence, like, hey, just take the risk, right?
Yeah, you make a good point. You make a good point there, Ryan. You made a good point. I just wanted to touch on this stop loss point, because I think especially people who are just starting out, I don't think much about what the stop loss is for the institutions. And so in your example, if you got your sell order in there, they're looking at that as an easy buying opportunity.
Absolutely. Yeah. And these big institutions, they have access to how many sell orders are there, right? I mean, even if you're looking at Bitcoin right now, yes, it is starting to look bearish, right? Like, hey, but again, you can probably attribute that to a lot of the institutions having access to see how many people out there got the stop losses in, okay? It's just like when people are short selling, right? And people have to cover the options, right? And it's just going to put more buying pressure. So what we got now is a lot of selling pressure, because these institutions are catching us out, man. Traders, right?
Yeah, I do think there's a lot of stop loss, even without seeing the order book. I know for a fact that a lot of people who bought Bitcoin this year or crypto in general would have their stop losses down, maybe like if the price goes down another 5-10%. A lot of stop losses, no matter what coin you're looking at.
And the sad part is, when people make these purchases, they set their stop loss when they make their purchase. And a lot of long-term holders, they never actually thought that stop loss would get hit, and a lot of stop losses are getting hit, and people's checking their wallets the next day, and it's just not there.
Totally agree. Yeah. So just quickly on Bitcoin, don't get into crypto too much, but I think this time last year Bitcoin was around 10k. Was it 10 or 12k? I haven't got a chart in front of me. I'm just that's just a guesstimate, yeah. So just imagine now, this time last year I said to you, your 10k Bitcoin, it's going to take a 50% draw down to 30k. You'd bite my hand off for that, wouldn't you? Yeah, so massive gain. So,
absolutely.
So Brian, what I'm going to do, I'll hand you over to the guys, because I'm really hijacking this interview. So I got one last question, Mandela, and then Brian's all yours. Yeah. So Ryan,
I'm going to rip into you after this. Andrew. Go ahead.
Listen, this guy is a real active part of the Forex community, and it's just great to have him here. So, Ryan, a quick question: what advice would you give to yourself if you could go back in time? What maybe 10, 15 years? What fundamental advice? Like a one-liner. What advice would you give yourself?
Start early, right? I try to start as early as my knowledge and my education allowed, and one thing about, being young and investing is, you need to surround yourself around like-minded individuals, right? If you're not around people that are also interested in it, even from a young age, you may never get interested, So me, going back and looking, it's simply get started early, right? And participate regularly, right? I took some stupid risks. Like I said, I bought Citigroup, and I think when I bought it, it was maybe $60 or something a share, right? And it went right down to 40 or something. I still held on to it, and it went back up to maybe $55, and I took a little 8% loss on that type of thing. But I bought Citigroup and TD Bank simply because, hey, I just opened a tax-free savings account with you guys, right? And I might as well buy a stock, right? Type of thing. So, that being said, I still didn't know anything about risk, right? So you have to be educated, right? It's one thing to say, I want to start investing from a young age and everything, but if you're not educated, you don't know what to invest in, until you build up. Invest in yourself first, absolutely. So you need to educate yourself, right? And I think any young person that wants to get started in investing, educate yourself. Fundamental, and for me, it's depending on what type of trader you want to be, you're gonna choose what to educate yourself on first. But me going back, brand new trader, you just want to start accumulating, saving. I would buy gold just to build up $2,000 or $3,000 worth of gold in my portfolio first. And once I have that, I might want to leverage my account a bit, or get a little more exotic and maybe start buying, a little bit more risky assets. But again, for anybody getting started, I would say go for safety first. Some safe commodities, some long-term dividend-paying stocks like Coca-Cola is going to be around forever. Just go buy Coca-Cola, or even get in with Berkshire Hathaway B, right? Hey, let's have safety first. Once you build up the knowledge, then you can start to take more risks. You know what I mean? And start day trading or having short-term trades. But anybody new? Start with long-term first.
Yeah, that's a lot of quality information, and I think what for me when I was younger was I just kept thinking about the short term. I want to make as much money as quickly as possible, and I think majority of people just starting out, they're looking at a 15-minute chart or a 5-minute chart, and they're waiting for that big pop. But you gave us a lot of information just now, Ryan. I do want to just take one step back, and Andrew would do this to me if I did this. Andrew made this. This is the first investing blueprint with him as the host, and he is. It just seems like he has idolized you for years, and he's met his hero in life. And I have to say this, Andrew, I'm so happy that you finally met Ryan. This is a great day for all of us here.
I feel the same sentiments. Absolutely. And again, for you guys to be doing this, you guys have the personality, the persona, the charisma, to engage an audience and bring people in, and I have to go back and say, Andrew, thank you so much for the accolades. But even like when I look back 3 years ago, when I got back to, I've been back in Bermuda now, 5.5 years. But, I was lucky enough to run in and touch base with Mandela. And, I got involved with, the things that you do with educating the community. You have the signals, the signature Forex signals and stuff. And, you even told me a little bit about the stop losses and take profits and analysis. PJ as well. I remember talking with PJ again back in York University days when he was doing the stock options and stuff, So I've definitely got a lot of knowledge from all three of you guys, man, and I definitely appreciate all three of you as well.
Thank you.
Our conversations haven't been as in depth, but I definitely looking forward to having many more with you, man. And again, it's great to see your face and put the name to it. Absolutely.
So for me, it's just people who are active in the community. Yeah, it's really nice to put a face to the name, but it's also the quality of the content that you give as well. So, and I really enjoy that. So yeah, I'm really happy to meet you. But thanks Mandela for that. Yeah, but no, with myself, I'm more of a, as you can see from the trades I take, I'm more of a day trader. Maybe I think Mandela plays a bit of a longer game than myself on times. And that's why Mandela and I sometimes have like a won't call it a conflict of interest, but we definitely have different opinions on prices, maybe on Bitcoin and gold. But then I will say I'm probably looking at the shorter term, whereas Mandela, and I get my take profits, most of the time. And the same as Mandela, he's looking at the bigger picture, and then he gets his take profits, most of the time as well. So, I really appreciate your kind words. Like I say, I've really hijacked this interview. So, PJ Mandela, I'm sorry, but
it's all
what can I say, guys?
But it happens, right? Because you get a common interest, and you seem like you could just talk by yourself because everyone else isn't really that into these sort of topics that you're into, and then when you find a like-minded person, you just want to explode on everything with them, right? But yeah, man. That's all good. I'm glad we could make the link, and hopefully you guys could foster a good relationship outside of this as well. But yeah, Ryan, you know me. We were roommates back in college, so I know Ryan very well. His dog was like my dog. I really fond of him. Shout out to Molly. But but I know back in the day when we were in school, you used to have chats with your professor, and one thing that always stood out when you had mentioned that he told you that A plus students work for C plus students, and it kind of made me think a bit, but I guess I'm bringing this up to say that was also a piece to sort of encourage me to get into investing as well. But I used to like come in and when you were doing your homework, look over your shoulder or whatever, what you're doing, because you had that interest. I wasn't doing finance and economics at the time. Did general classes, but it wasn't something that I specialized in. So yeah, man, your opinion and your views always had interest me. So just moving forward with the show, I don't want you to go without answering a few of these questions. I know we talked about Forex. I'm passionate about crypto. Do you feel we are looking at a bear market shortly, or do you feel that it has the potential to rebound and set new all-time highs?
Personally, we're in. If I was a short-term trader or at a shorter-term outlook on Bitcoin, I'll tell you the truth. 3 days ago, I sold and bought back, right, at a lower price. Maybe about only half of Bitcoin, right? But I did make a good little bit of change on that. So I do make short-term, bets, if you wish, on risk or on the Bitcoin. But I think we're in a massive accumulation stage, right? Bitcoin is the most volatile asset class out there right now, and I think people are accumulating at all different price levels. I believe it has massive support, definitely in the 21, 17,000, even 20, 25, 26 might even hold, right? But I honestly don't believe we're going to get that low. I think, bulls will come in and buy at the support. And I think it's just a massive accumulation, right? The price ran up so high that you have this huge, what they call it,
sell-off.
Well, not a sell-off, but distribution, right?
Yes,
accumulation and distribution, right?
Yes,
and I believe it's just being distributed and widely accumulated across, the retail investor, the banks, even. And now you got a massive adoption. Even it's starting to go up in I believe, Bolivia or
El Salvador,
Paraguay, or one of those countries want to legalize in the next 2 or 3 months, right? To make it legal tender, right? So I just honestly think I'm hoping we're not in a bull market where we see 20,000. I think we got support right now, and again, it's massive accumulation. I think yesterday or the day before, another big ETF just opened up another $2.2 billion Bitcoin ETF. And I'm sure they bought the dip in order to fund, this $2.2 billion. I'm not sure of the actual investment bank that created the fund, but yeah, maybe 2 days ago. So I'm bullish. I'm bullish in the long term. You know, I'm not bearish at all in the short term. I'm just hoping it's an accumulation period for Bitcoin and even the altcoins, right? I have much faith in. I know PJ loves the XRP. I have quite a bit of that as well. I like Cardano and Chainlink, Mantic. There's so much potential for some of these altcoins as well. I'm not interested in any of those meme stock coins at all. Again, I believe in the research. I believe in the white papers that surround a lot of these altcoins. So yeah, I'm bullish. I'm bullish.
Bullish on crypto on a whole.
Yeah, absolutely. Long-term bullish. Who knows what's going to happen this summer? We might sit sideways for another 2 months before we get a huge takeoff again. 2 seconds, guys.
Okay.
That's right. Yeah, guys, so just
live and uncut.
Just picking up what Ryan's saying there. So yeah, long-term bullish. I think with crypto, of course, we are. We're in the infancy of crypto, and I'm going to coin that saying. I'm going to trademark it. Actually, we are in the infancy of crypto. There's no doubt about it. Yeah. But for me, short-term, I'm just looking at the chart now, and I haven't been far wrong. I do believe we are in a little bit of a bear cycle, and the reason for me on that, Ryan, is if you look at the weekly chart, we've seen a nice crossover on the moving average on an 18.8. We've seen the same crossover on a D1, and we've seen the same crossover on a H4. So far, I think I have been. I'm not gonna don't blow my own trumpet, but I've been calling this since 57K. I've been calling this bear market, and here we are. I know. Thank you, Mandela. We've been calling that, but for me, I see a massive support level around 30K. And you can see now we've tried to get through that, and you can see 2 points of rejection on the 22nd of June, and 2 massive points of failure as well. So what's happening is it seems to be that we're hitting this level, but the institutes are saying no, because ultimately, how much between 30K and 60K, how much new money or day trader money was invested that the banks are scooped up. And Mandela gave a perfect example last week of sell orders and how they work, and how you can manipulate the market by selling your coin. So for me, I think we're safe around 30K, but I'm going to say if we break 30K convincingly, I think we're down to 17,500. So I'm gonna say that live on air, but we'll see. But I don't know how you guys feel, but I'll say this is as a trader, I think we're bearish, but I am a crypto hodler. Like I say, I've been mining for a long time. I don't want the price to go down. Please be bullish. But so it's some interesting. So I probably will share some of this chart information with the group later and just get everyone's input on it. See what you guys think.
I just want to add on. Sorry, go ahead.
Mandela.
I was just gonna say. I just was gonna tag on to that to say with Bitcoin dropping to 17K, I think that will have ripple effects to every crypto. I think there's probably not many that will be immune or unaffected from that, and that would be another 50% drop, or just less than 50% from where we are now. For anybody else out there who's doing the math.
So I know. So just tagging on to that, I know in the last few years, there's always been a talk of Bitcoin being sort of dethroned. And I know it's the shiny object that sort of like the almost like the introduction to most crypto investors. But I think what not too many people are focusing on are the durations of the bull markets and the durations of the bear markets. And when you look at the durations of the bull markets, I think it historically in the 2016-17 run and the 13 and 14 run, I believe that it was about maybe about a year and a half, let's say, of upward movement. But I think we've kind of crossed that sort of average, and I know each bull market gets a bit longer. wants more money, and it doesn't spike up as fast. So like looking at those sort of metrics, unfortunately, I guess I could be called out, and I'm happy to be wrong, but unfortunately I feel like we've crossed that sort of threshold. It didn't look like the previous bull markets where we had this sort of what they call the blow off top, where we had that big hockey stick in the charts where things climbed up really fast. And I think that might be is what a lot of people are banking on. And I still believe there is a potential that we could set new all-time highs, but I don't, unfortunately, I'm not as bullish as a lot of the influencers out there. That's telling you 100K, 100 and 500K $1 million Bitcoin. I just don't see that happening in realistically in this cycle, which is bad news to some. But if you take that advice and it does pan out, you would either save yourself from decreasing profits or wealth, or you're able to sort of control your emotions and be able to get in it at a much cheaper price. So yeah, I'm with all that being said, I hope I'm wrong. I would like it to get up to potentially 75K and higher, but I just where is the buying pressure going to come from? What catalyst is going to push it up? Those are the things that I guess I'm looking for to enter more in a heavy position in Bitcoin. But right now, I think I only hold is definitely significantly less than I've had all this time. I sold most of it, maybe 95%.
So from me, guys, and maybe this is a question to you, and is the reason why people are always bullish on crypto is because they hold it and they have an emotional attachment to the crypto. Now, like I say, I've been mining since 2017, and I do have an emotional attachment to my crypto. I dream of Ripple. I dream of Bitcoin hitting a certain price, and then I will be doing this video not from the garage in sunny Wales, but I'll be doing this from a beach in Bermuda with you guys. So that's a dream, isn't it?
It's coming, Andrew. It's coming.
Yeah, but and ultimately, like that, people don't want to see their dreams go up in smoke today, and that's the truth in it. So at the moment, I'm a little bit bearish. I am a little bit bearish on the day trading on crypto, but overall, crypto's in its infancy. But we'll it's really hard to see. But yeah, everyone's really bullish. And if you say to a crypto hodler, we're in a bear market, my days, like, they'll attack you, they'll have a go at you, because no one wants to hear bad news today. And I think that's where we're at. We got people are in denial about bear markets, and being a trader or being wise to the markets, understanding the price can go down as well as up. So as traders get that, but some of our hodler friends, they don't. And like you say, it is their dream, it's their retirement, or maybe they want to have private jet or yacht like mine, going up in smoke.
That's good. All right, I'm gonna wrap it up. Ryan, thank you for joining us for the show. If you had to pick one sort of asset for 2021 that you say is probably gonna be the home run, what would that be?
No pressure.
Man. There's a few things I really like right now. Well, not a few. If I had to pick one, well, I've already picked my biggest since January this year. My biggest allocation of my portfolio is into auto manufacturing, space. Anything to do with space. I just bought this company, Lightspeed. They deal with all infrared, fiber optics and all those sorts of things. I got them last week. I think that's already up 10 or 15%. So I like auto, space, anything 3D printing. A lot of them I have is ETFs in those sectors right now. That's what I'm heading heavy to. And my thesis on the auto sector is, in 30 years from now, you're going to have 10 billion vehicles that had been replaced with, to be electric, right? So when you think about how many governments right now are mandating by 2030, 2040, 2050. They're not even going to license a gas vehicle anymore. You have to be bullish on the batteries, electric vehicle manufacturers. Volkswagen I like a lot right now. There's a big discrepancy between their A and B shares. It's like an $80 difference. And hypothetically, they should be worth the same if you ask me. So I've got a few of those ones, the B class. But yeah, anything to do with water right now, because in 30 years from now, every single vehicle, probably even boats as well, are going to have an electric engine in it. And I mean, you got to be bullish on Ford's good. GM's been around forever. And again, they're going to be making electric vehicles, and every single vehicle needs to be replaced. And that's billions and billions and billions and billions of vehicles.
So you view the legacy auto companies as a great opportunity. You're not frightened with Tesla's market share and influence.
I'm not fighting with the market share. I love the market share and how fast it's growing. I'm definitely fighting with the valuation and how they're making money selling these environmental tax credits to other companies, right? Because when the other companies actually start creating these electric vehicles, mate, they can't sell those electric credits anymore. So they definitely need to become profitable in manufacturing cars. But I own Tesla. About a month ago, I got into one from Buffett, BYD Motors, and I'm still bullish on NIO. I bought some NIO about 3 weeks ago. So yeah, I believe it's an auto revolution, even for GM and Ford. But I'm also into all the new electric companies as well. So the BAT EFT. There's a bunch of cool EFTs out there. Just be careful that they don't overlap too much. But yeah, bullish on auto and 3D printing, and like I said, space.
That's fantastic. Yeah, awesome. Thank you. Very fascinated with that, and we got to bring you back on the show again, Ryan.
Yes, Ms.
In the near future. Yeah,
definitely. And thank you, gentlemen, for the invitation. It was a pleasure to speak with you. Thanks for picking my brain, and always a pleasure, Andrew. Definitely good meeting you, man.
You too.
Personality, I like the energy there. That's great.
So I'm sure Mandela will have a thumbnail of a candle for two for us for next time. There's no doubt.
I was gonna say, Ryan, if you wanted to sign something and send it to Andrew, I think he'd probably put it up on his wall behind him.
I'll do the same thing because
Ryan,
Andrew's took.
100%. Please get something to Mandela, and he will go on the wall of shame. Sorry, the wall of fame behind me. Okay, get that done, guys, and I will get it up on the wall. And I know Mandela's like when he edits the videos. He edits it and he gets it on YouTube without telling me, and then there'll be some candles and Barry White music or something. Yeah, I can see it now. So Mandela, you better behave yourself.
I can't wait. I'm not saying anything.
Ryan, thanks very much.
Gentlemen, always a pleasure, and good luck with all the investing and every future endeavor. And I look forward to talking to you guys again soon.
That was a great interview with Ryan. Really enjoyed it. I think Andrew probably enjoyed it more than both of us together. PJ, he met his idol, and I'm so happy for him finally meeting his idol. I do want to mention the side bet from the first episode. If you haven't seen it, take a look at the pilot. PJ, congratulations. You won the side bet. And I want to say I have to give credit where credit's due. I deserve that.
I humbly accept that win, and things will be maybe better for you the next time. We could probably discuss another one for the upcoming week, unless you and Andrew want to have it. But
I know last time Andrew didn't want any parts of any side bet, so I'm happy to do another one unless you want to jump in, Andrew.
Okay, here we go. Let's play the prices right. Guys, Bitcoin, what's the price going to be?
What's the price? That's a tight one. Okay, what's the price going to be?
End of the month. You're talking about in 3 weeks.
End of the month in 3 weeks. I can just see Mandela charting as quick as he can.
I'm right there with you, Fab.
Yeah, I can see now. Mandela's just seen in the Matrix right now.
Before all of the indicators
here he goes.
computed.
Here he goes. Support resistance. Support resistance.
All right.
So you look like I see you hovering around the same area that I was targeting.
Okay, you want to say it first since you're the defending champion?
Let's say it will cross 50,000 by the end of the month.
Okay, so you're saying, so Andrew, is it the exact price?
Closest to the price, but you can't go over.
So are you saying 50,000, PJ? Is that what you're saying?
Man, I will say 49,000.
49,000.
49,000 from PJ. I'm just making it.
All right, now my question is, do I go higher or lower? I'll go end of the month. We're only on the 7th of the month. I'll go higher, so I'll say 50,000.
50,000 from Mandela.
I gave myself a $1,000 buffer, but you tied right in there. Yeah, I think we're secretly in agreement that it's probably gonna touch 50.
Yeah,
but I'll stick to what I first said and say 49. We might see probably a little pullback. I'm touching the screen as if I can see.
Guys, bets are set. The table is locked. So we got PJ at 49,000 end of the month. And we got Mandela at 50,000. Guys, this is going to be great. What we're going to do, guys, if it carries on, I think I'll choose the questions. And I'm also going to start choosing the forfeit.
Okay, so the loser does the forfeit. Okay, I agree with the first part. I don't know about the second.
Yeah, no, I'm only joking, guys. No, it's great. I think the first pair have done really well on the first one, and I don't like to speculate, you know, myself, but I know it's just a bit of jest, it's a bit of fun, that's all, and I think they're really good prices, to be honest, and yeah, it's really close, 49, 50k. It's gonna be really interesting. So yeah, I can't wait to announce the winner. Yeah, good.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
That's
as well.
very, very tight there. But looking at that, what is that? A monthly candle, or a weekly candle?
This is a weekly. I can do monthly if you prefer, but this is weekly.
No. The weekly is fine, but it looks. We could probably both agree that it looks like the bulls are returning.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, they definitely look like they're returning now. I think the last week or two has been quite strong for crypto.
I think I'm second thinking, trying to analyze it, no, I think we guys are in a good place, but I think I might be closer to victory again, because I think that we might see a little slowdown probably in another week or two.
Yeah, so okay, I wasn't going to give my opinion, but I may as well on the bet. So 50,000, I think that's a clear psychological level, to be honest. Yeah, we could hit 50,000, there's no doubt about that, but we may just see a retrace once we get to 50k. I think it's a major level. Yeah. It's going to be tight, guys. It's going to be tight, so may the best guy win. I'm really looking forward to it. But 50k, 49, 50k is looking sound. So I just got to say, Mandela, if I could ever choose someone, to represent and promote the company, in strict signature FX attire, it has to be you. You just look amazing tonight. I love that.
Right up.
PJ, what do you think?
Look, you see me, and I'm lacking.
Guys, I would just like to raise a glass, a cup. Yeah,
yes,
Mandela, because he's just looking $1 million. So
thank you very
Mandela,
much.
You're looking really good.
Thank you. I want to take a page out of your book, Andrew. I want to give a shout out to Just for Kicks for the merchandise, and we're gonna get everybody kitted out. But thanks to my cousin Jonathan for doing this. He did it last night, and really quality stuff too. So a lot more to come. Just for Kicks. So yeah, thank you so much. It looks fantastic. It really does. And I can't wait to get my gear, guys. So get in the post, please. Yeah, I will. I'll be sending it. I'll send it this week.
No, it looks really good, and it's a top job. Please like, subscribe, please share to the show. It's only going to get better. We're only a couple of shows in, and we're really looking forward to future and further content.
Thanks so much for watching. Our social media links are conveniently provided in the description. Also, special thank you to our special guest, Ryan. Thank you for making some time to meet up with us. Those of you who are interested in reaching out to him, feel free to send him an email at r.a.williams112@gmail.com. From all of us here at Signature FX, I want to say thanks for your time and attention. And until next time, happy trading.